See, so I'm trying to follow the chords around a little bit. Trying to create some sort of melody. Maybe a little bit of trickery in here. Maybe a little sliding stuff. Maybe move up for some more dynamics. See what I mean? So I'm just trying to kind of use everything together. Trying to add all of these elements together. And so I'm going to show you another one here, and I'm going to try and break it down a little bit so you can see what I'm doing. Now this one's actually going to be in the key of C, C minor. So I'm going to take all this pentatonic stuff that I'm doing right now. Of course, right now I'm primarily staying in the first position so you can see everything that I'm doing. I'm going to move up to the 8th fret. So I'm playing at the 8th fret. So let me play you a little bit of this and kind of explain to you what's going on in my head here. First thing I'm going to do is figure out the rhythm. Bum, 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 ducka, 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 whatever I've got in there. So I'm going to move in here. Creating a melody inside there, using my vibrato, maybe some bending, things like that, slides. Here comes again. See, I'm very aware of the rhythm I'm playing over. Da da dun dun da da dun 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 dun. Those are what I'm thinking about in my head. If I can't hear those rhythms, I'm not going to be able to create anything. And remember, you have to play within the context of what you're capable of doing. It's a great practice tool to just try something like just playing through your scale. Go. And see if you can, this is the meandering thing again. See if you can just play through there at that speed. Because then you know you can meander. At that speed. Every once in a while, if you can do the next one up. Or you're here. Playing on the off beats. See, it sounds great when you're on those off beats. Nice vibrato, nice bending, maybe some repetition. Repetition of notes, repetition of phrases. Right? Maybe a lick that you've learned. Right? Use some of those 96 Rock licks inside here. Here's another one. Which is like that intervallic movement that we've talked about. See, I can use all of these things. If I can see my fretboard, see, I can use a lot of this stuff. There's my 9th. So hopefully you get the idea of how I'm combining all of these elements from this entire course together, okay? I'm thinking about it, and always remember your go-to idea is whenever you're out of ideas and you're not sure what to do, stop playing. You know, do a slide, stop. Like you meant to stop, and now think about it. Go, okay, I think I want to go here. I think I want to go here. I think I want to go there. And then when you get there, you know, instinctively what you want to start having happen is that you're either going to play a lick, you're going to play a phrase, you're going to play a rhythm. You know, you might just use a couple of notes, create some repetition. You're starting to create something out of that. That's the idea. You know, a solo improvisation, this whole idea isn't just built on like learning licks or just learning your fretboard. It's a combination of all of those things. So the more opportunity you have to study this DVD and just watch the parts over and over and over, especially these sections, because then we can jam back and forth. I can be playing, then you can play a little bit. And that's what we're going to do on the next track here. I'm going to play a little bit of this. And what I'm going to do is just play, this is in the key of A again, so I'm going to go back down to the 5th fret, and I'm going to play a phrase, and then I'm going to stop, and I'm going to allow you to play a phrase. So remember, we're in the key of A, we're just using pentatonic, unless you want to use that 9th, that's perfectly fine. So I'll take one here, and then you can go. Now be your turn. Remember to use all your techniques, your thought process. Here I go. Now you go. So you see, the goal with this whole thing is when you're playing, you're not going to be able to think of everything at the exact same time. Sometimes your mind will be on movement, or your mind will be on melody, or your mind will be on a lick, and that's fine. The goal is to always shake things up. I met a famous jazz guitar player one time, and he and I went out for supper, and we're kind of hanging out, and he was up in my area in Fargo, North Dakota, doing a guitar clinic. And I asked him, I said, well, what do you think about when you're improvising on stage? And he said, the one thing that I think about is if I find myself realizing that I've been doing something for too long, I change what I'm doing. And I always thought that was really interesting because it kind of is true, you know. If you're playing and you realize that you're just doing the same thing over and over and over, unless you meant it to be repetition, you know, try something else. Look at your fretboard a different way, or, you know, as I've told you many times through this course, always have a piece of paper handy with all of these thoughts written down on it. So as you're trying to improvise, you can look at that paper and go, oh, I could do tapping, or oh, I could do some open string stuff, or oh, I should think about my rhythm, or I should try and create a phrase, or I should follow the chords around. There's so many things that you could do. And you may not remember all of that at this point. And so when you write those down and you're trying to jam to some of these jam tracks and things, you can look at it and go, and make it become part of your thought process. Where right now, you know those, but when you get done playing, you go, this happens to me all the time. You get done playing and you go, oh, I forgot about that. I worked all this time on this, whatever it is, and I forgot to do something with it. So take a look at that and see what you can do.